Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Danny Godby Gymnasium, the site of this AAA Region 4 co-championship between the Chapmanville Regional High School Tigers and the Wayne Pioneers. Hello again, James Barker alongside me, Darryl McCoy, and Chris Kidd on this broadcast for the D&D Sports Network. And Darryl, this is a game that Chapmanville and Wayne played in the regular season, and it was all Chapmanville early on. They led 21-0 at the start of that contest, and this is a little bit of a payback game for the Wayne Pioneers if they want to make it to Charleston for the first time in a very, very long time.
Yeah, this is a game coming into it. You know, obviously, Wayne, I think from hearing the way things was voted out, I think Wayne wanted a second shot at Chapmanville. They thought they had a better chance with them than maybe some of the other teams. So, it'll be a case where Coach Meddings and them, maybe they seen something, even though it was a lopsided victory. Maybe they seen something that they think they can take advantage of. I think this one right here, it's got potential to be a really good game. But Chapmanville, they've showed if they come to play, they can play with anybody in the state.
My longtime broadcast partner on the other side of me tonight, Chris Kidd, joins us here on the D&D Sports Network. And Chris, you were here for that game in the regular season between Chapmanville and Wayne, and that was a hot start for the Chapmanville Tigers. Their size proved to be a huge factor in the contest. What's Wayne have to do to try to stymie Chapmanville and their size on the inside?
Yeah, it was just an onslaught from the outset in that first game. Wayne just never got their footing about them. Could not shoot in this gym the way that they normally do. Again, this is a pretty high-scoring team throughout the year, and now they've got to try and find their bearings. And again, maybe that does play into a little bit of their advantage tonight, that they have been in this gym before. They have shot on these rims, but they've really got to do their work from the outside. Again, this is a team that really does shoot the three ball well, really can attack from the outside. I don't think you're going to see them match up with Chapmanville on the interior very well this evening, so they're going to make any hay. They're going to have to do it from the outside and do it early, kind of like what Charleston Catholic did last night to Logan to hang around in that game. Match the physicality, match the moment, don't let the crowd get into it, don't let the players get into it, and put them behind the 8 ball early, because if they fall down early like they did in the first game, there's just no hope of them coming back.
Darryl, without our sponsors, these broadcasts could not be possible, and I know you'd like to thank a bunch of them right now for us.
Yeah, we want to thank Creeker's Diner in Harts Creek. Make sure you go to Creeker's Diner. Their specialty is char-broiled hamburgers. Hit them up, Creeker's Diner. Also want to thank our good friends at Smith's Produce, proud sponsor of Chapmanville Tigers and all Mountain athletes. And as always, Derek Bowling at Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. Derek Bowling doing his best to make sure you rebound back from your energy and get back to 100% quickest amount of time possible. That's Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. Also want to thank Diamond Flagging Company. You can see the score all night long on the Diamond Flagging Company scoreboard. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back as we got Chapmanville versus Wayne for a trip to Charleston up next. Be right back.
This sandwich is not just spicy, it's flavorful.
Hi, this is Patayo. And this is Elsa. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is that spicy kick. I really like the marinated chicken breast because the spice comes in at just the right moment.
Oh, no. A little thing I love is that cilantro lime sauce. It's a fun blend of zesty and bold. It's highlighting the flavors in the chicken. That's what really makes me happy. Are you going to eat all your fries?
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
If you got a big job to get done, don't just trust any flagging service. Call Diamond Flagging Service. Diamond Flagging Service keeps your community safe while also making sure it stays moving. Give Diamond Flagging Service a call today for their services. They also offer amazing job opportunities. Diamond Flagging Services, proud supporter of the Mountain Athletes.
Toyota and your local West Virginia Toyota dealers are proud to be the official partner of the WVSSAC, supporting high school sports all across West Virginia. Visit us buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. James Barker, Darryl McCoy, Chris Kidd with you here on the D&D Sports Network. Proud to bring you coverage of this Class AAA Region 4 co-final here on the D&D Sports Network. And Chris, again, we talked about Wayne. Let's talk about Chapmanville a little bit. They come into the night's contest 14-7. This is a 7-loss Chapmanville team. Haven't seen that very often in the last 5 years for a Brad Napper coach team to have that many losses. But it's because of the difficulty of schedule that they have played.
Yeah, I mean, Brad takes them out of state every year to play. He takes them up north, up south, anywhere he's going to take them to play the most difficult competition they can play throughout the year. So it's kind of like Logan last night. We talked about their record and how maybe it didn't match some of the great records that we've seen in Logan history. Same with Chapmanville. I mean, but when you're playing top-notch competition almost every night, that's going to prepare you for these moments, prepare you for next week in Charleston if you get there. You don't want to go in playing every cream puff you can find. You want to try and find the best of the best to try and get yourself tournament ready, and that's exactly what Brad Napper does. So 14-7, you can look at that all you want, but that's just a number at the end of the day. I mean, we've seen teams with 2-3 wins make it to the state tournament because they play such difficult schedules. In Chapmanville, every year they play one of the toughest day in and day out, whoever they go up against.
Yeah, they ended their regular season playing at Greater Beckley Christian, and then before that played at Wheeling Central. You're not going to see very many teams travel to Wheeling Central except two teams here in Logan County that did that trip this year. Darryl, on the other side of things, this is the Wayne team we covered a lot last year. The big name for them, Isaac Meddings. He's the guard that can shoot it and get really hot from the outside.
Isaac Meddings, he dropped 50 once this year, and he's a young man that downtown it's hard to find a shooter as good as him. And don't forget this Wayne team, they bumped up their schedule too this coming year because, obviously Isaac Meddings, the coach's son, the Markham kids, his cousin, they wanted to play better competition. And they do hold a win over Lawrence County, who is still playing in the Kentucky Sweet 16.
Yes.
So, this, even though Chapmanville handled them easily last time, this has got potential to be a really good game.
Yeah, one of the things that happened last time in the game that kind of goes unnoticed because of the way the game started, but Meddings picks up 2 quick fouls in that game. He comes back and scores. He didn't score at all in the first half, Chris, but he ended up scoring about, 23 points in that second half of that contest and kind of kept Wayne within that game late. It really wasn't close, but it didn't get away from Wayne until the latter part of that fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that's a good point to make because I thought about that in the moment. What's it going to do to their offense? And obviously it just completely stymied it after that. So he's got to stay out of foul trouble early on. If you're Chapmanville, you're probably going to see them throw their best defender at him or a couple defenders at him, get the ball out of his hands. They've got to fight through screens and find him here tonight as well. They can't let him get going because it opens up everybody else if Meddings gets going, and that's something Chapmanville can't afford early on.
We got the national anthem coming up, guys. Make sure we're going to step as they let the national anthem go, we're going to step aside just a second, and we'll be right back here. You're watching the Diamond Flag and Company pregame show.
If you was pushed out of the area because of loss of work in the coal industry, look no longer. Jim Marr is here for you. Jim Marr is now hiring for all positions in the coal field. Stop by their offices in Logan, West Virginia or in Wheeling, West Virginia and apply today.
Here at Logan Bank and Trust, we are committed to serving the needs of the southern coalfields.
For any of your financial needs, we encourage you to stop by one of our 5 convenient locations or apply online today at lbnt.com.
Whether you choose to stop by or visit us online, our team is here to help you every step of the way.
Buying a new home, expanding your business? Choose Logan Bank and Trust. Let's bank together.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here on the D&D Sports Network, we're ready for the Region 4 AAA Co-Championship game between Wayne and Chapmanville. We'll get the starting lineups for you. Chris Kidd, the starting lineup for the Wayne Pioneers.
Tonight for the Pioneers will be Ronnie Staley, the aforementioned Isaac Nettings, followed by Landon Priest, Cooper Adkins, and Peyton Markham here tonight for the Pioneers.
And for the Chapmanville Tigers, a very familiar starting lineup for them. Joey Gollihue, the start. Benji Adkins, the start. Jay Brock, Dakota Dalton, and Keaton Terry get the start as well for the Tigers. As Arlie Bush, the PA announcer for tonight, is on the mic as they are announcing the starting lineup for both squads here tonight. As you can see that here on our floor camera here on the D&D Sports Network. That's a familiar guy on that floor camera there, Coach McCoy.
It is. That's my son, Jackson Estridge. Does a great work. Best cameraman in the business.
Yes, he is. Not too shabby of a shooter from the outside as well.
I was going to say you don't get a whole lot of looks like this from any other network getting the floor cam for this regional championship.
22,
Markham's got to have a big game for the Wayne Pioneers if they expect to upset Chapmanville here in Chapmanville tonight.
James, I talked to Ryan Epling, longtime participant and voice for the Wayne Pioneers, and I asked him, I said, when was the last time that they win? He said they've never been. He said Wayne's never been to the state tournament, so they've only been to this regional championship game 4 times in school history. One of the times they got to a regional championship, though, they went through this Chapmanville Tiger team in the 2010s in order to do that.
That was a big upset back at the Logan Fieldhouse, a Tiger team that was coming off a state tournament appearance that they had thought that they were going to go back again, and a big, huge upset that night in the Fieldhouse. Can Wayne do it again to get their first trip to Charleston ever in school history? We'll find out in about 1 minute as we're about to get started here on the D&D Sports Network. We thank you for joining us. Should be a good one here tonight.
Guys, want to remind everybody, we are an interactive broadcast. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for in the comment section below. As we got Chris Kidd, James Barker, Darryl McCoy, Cheryl Atkins says, so looking forward to watching Wayne Pioneer basketball. Have been to most of them, so proud of you. We see Lisa Bradley says, let's go Pioneers. Janice Roden watching from New Boston. Janet Pack watching from Firebrick, Kentucky, said, good job D&D Sports. Tommy Dempsey watching from Harts Creek. And Roger Bryant says, Tiger, Tiger, Tiger.
We are about ready to go. It will be Terry along with Cooper Adkins to jump it up here for this Region 4 Co-Championship in Class AAA. As all the Class AAA games going on tonight, we will have that for you, or at least those teams that win at the conclusion of this broadcast.
Terry tried to jump the tip that
time. He did. It's batted, controlled by the Pioneers to start things off. Staley will run the point. He's guarded by Benji Adkins. Should be an interesting matchup. Size advantage goes to Chapmanville. Can the Wayne guards find a way to get open on the outside? Staley with it. Swings it up top. That's to Adkins, over to Meddings. Meddings gets a lot of attention, as well he should.
See Chapmanville switching everything right now to try and stay in front of Wayne, trying to keep them to the perimeter early on, pin them out there.
And when you have athletes and size, you can do that, Chris. Absolutely right. Staley with it, left wing. Dribbles the inside. Good jump stop. Drives in. Big bucket there early on for Ronnie Staley.
And that's where Wayne is going to have to make some hay tonight with their guards. They've got to get off the dribble quick. They've got to get into the paint, and they have to execute once they get there.
Gollihue, Dalton, top of the key three for Dakota. Back rim, no good. Rebound, Keaton Terry. It's the size we talked about. Terry, finger roll, gets it to go.
And there's no answer they're going to have inside for Keaton Terry tonight. Just a matter of if he stays out of foul trouble and if he gets position every time down the floor, there's not a whole lot they can do. He's got about a head on everybody on the floor for Wayne.
2-2 your score. Meddings has some space, thought about it. Now will pull-up jumper 18 feet. Good for Meddings.
That's just too good. That was good defense by Terry getting out on that. Just better offense by Meddings. Great floater, good concentration.
Yeah, Brock fell down. Meddings took advantage of it, hits the baseline jumper. Wayne, a 2-point lead here early on. Gollihue goes to work. Up and under move for Joey G.
Gollihue has been so big in this offense. He's one of those, if he gets going early, you can expect a 20-point outburst from him on any given night. That's a big start for him.
Staley drives, in trouble, tries to get it out, gets his dribble back, now spits it outside. Drive inside, back to Staley, foul line, steps into it, about 14 feet away, and it's good.
And that's good patience there by Wayne. They can't get into a hurry trying to get up and down the floor with Chapmanville. They've got to take their time, wait on what Chapmanville gives them, and execute.
Adkins out to Jay Brock. Brock drives in. His shot no good. Too hard. Rebound. Fought for. Ripped down by Adkins. It's a big board for Wayne. Back the other way. Staley with it. Meddings. Heat check. 3. No good. Rebound. Keaton Terry.
And you don't mind that if you're Wayne. You want to see if Meddings can get going early. That's a nice little heat check. Good opening for him.
Here's another shot. Gollihue back rim. No good. Backside rebound there from Markham.
Again, this is good for Wayne right here. Slow things down. Don't get up and down the floor with Chapmanville. That's the last thing you want. If you're Wayne, you want to keep this game in the 50s and 60s. You don't want this game getting up in the 70s and 80s.
Markham with it. He'll pull it back outside. We saw a slow pace from Catholic last night here on the D&D Sports Network. Actually went 4 quarters there for a while. Staley picked away. Keaton Terry gets it up ahead. Gollihue's got to beat Markham. Finger roll Joey good.
That's a big start there for Gollihue. That's 2 buckets for him out of the gates. And Keaton Terry, not just a big man inside. He's got good hands and quick and active on the defensive end, and right there, big steal for him.
Meddings in a little bit of trouble. Gets it to Markham. Good defense from Chapmanville so far. It's not been a physical game in that regard so far. Still no fouls called. Staley, good look inside. Shot rejected from behind. And now they're going to call a jump ball. No foul there. As it will be Chapmanville ball after the jump ball. Still no fouls called. A lot of contact there. We were just mentioning it.
Benji Atkins, he's one of the more physical players in the state of West Virginia. He's going to body you up. He's going to find ways to get to the low block. He's just a tenacious player.
Corner 3, Jay Brock. That one's well off the mark, but Terry somehow gets it. Blocked, though, by Adkins. Back come the Pioneers. Staley with it. Little elbow jumper. Back rim no good. Gollihue gets the rebound. And Chapmanville will bring it up the floor. 6-all here halfway through the first quarter. Benji Adkins drives in. Kicks it. Dalton, 3 on the way. No good. Rebound out of bounds off of Terry. Back to Wayne.
And that's what Wayne's got to do right there. Is good job on the box out by Cooper Atkins. Don't let Terry get in front of you. Everything's got to be behind. He's got to reach over, maybe get an over-the-back call, but they've got to get position on Terry every time on the low block to try and keep him off the glass.
Well, this start is about as good as Wayne could want it, to be quite honest, especially after the start early on this season. Drive in, over Terry is good. Did they call the charge? They did. Landon Priest will pick up the first foul of the game. And right there, a big charge call.
And this is something this Chapmanville team does very exclusively, much like Logan. If you're going to play for Brad Napper or Mark Hatcher, you've got to be able to play defense. You've got to be able to take contact. And a good job by the freshman, Dakota Dalton, that time sliding over, taking away the bucket.
Long 3 for Gollihue, short, goes to the corner. Markham gets the rebound, and back come the Pioneers. Chapmanville has not shot it well from the outside so far in this contest. Meddings has it, guarded by Gollihue. Meddings will go to work, now hands it off to Markham. Markham drives left side of the lane, now peels all the way back out to Staley. Good defense from Chapmanville, blocked by Terry, saved by Terry, but it goes right to Markham for Wayne. Meddings gets an open look, 3 for Meddings is good.
And there it is. If the play breaks down, Meddings can find some space, and right there he did. I mean, Wayne did a good job attacking the interior, but once that ball got loose, they were able to find an opening for Meddings.
Back outside, Dalton swings it up top. Adkins over to Brock, inside to Terry. Zone defense here for Wayne. Gollihue dribbles in, skip pass. Brock back up top, Swings at Gollahue. He's got an open look. Can he answer? He does. Joey Gollahue with the big three for the Tigers. Back to a tie game.
And he's got 7 already here in this first quarter, James, so he is off to a great start for the Tigers tonight. But Logan or Chapmanville can beat that zone just with quick ball movement like that.
Medding's step back jumper, no good. Rebound controlled by Terry there. And now back the other way come the Tigers with it, with a chance to take the lead for the first time in this contest. Gollahue, long three on the way, no good. Rebound, Markham backside. Still tied at 9 in a quick-moving first quarter with only one stoppage of play for the most part. Aside from a jump ball, you have that one charge. Medding strives in, floater up, no good. Rebound tip controlled by Benji Adkins.
And that's where Meddings doesn't want to try and force things tonight. He got a nice little crease, but that collapsed on him quick.
Gollahue with it, gives it up top. Dalton, long three for Dakota is good. Long distance three for the quarterback, and it's a 3-point lead for the Tigers.
He's got that old school Larry Bird release too, James. It's just so lovely to watch. It's got that high arc on it. Dalton's another one. He gets going in a game, it's going to be hard to slow him down. There's just weapons everywhere for Chapmanville.
Priest with it, hands it off to Staley. Wayne trails for the first time in this contest. They'll give it over to Adkins, back outside, long three. Priest, back rim, no good. Benji Adkins the rebound. And away come the Tigers. Gollahue has it. Skip pass. Dalton back to Adkins. He'll drive in. Back outside to Dalton. He'll try another three. Back rim. Right there's Benji Adkins. Bucket with the putback.
That's the thing. Even if you put a body on Keaton Terry, right there's Benji Adkins to clean up the mess. Chapmanville just got such good interior play from Terry and Adkins. They can afford to take some of those deep threes because they know they've got good positioning and guys that can outfox people on the inside.
14-9 your score as Terry gets the rebound. Back the other way come the Tigers with it. Skip pass, three on the way. Gollahue, 1 second. Adkins goes up with it. They wave it off. That was a tough wave off. We're going to look at it. There is no replay.
I think
he got it off in time.
Let's see if we can take a look at that.
We got that on the replay.
Yeah, because I was looking at the clock and at Benji on that. It looked like he got that out of his hands in time.
Yeah, we're going to look at the replay for side for a break. Back with more on the D&D Sports Network right after this.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals, wellness exams, adult and child, walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 and reach us Monday through Friday.
Back here on the D&D Sports Network, second quarter we go. Chapmanville leads 14-9. Wayne with the basketball. James Barker, Darryl McCoy, and Chris Kidd with you here on the Mountain's #1 source for sports. Rebound Terry off the Wayne miss. Back the other way come the Tigers as Logan Hominick has checked into the game along with Colton Brock for Chapmanville. We also see for Wayne some substitutions as well as they'll kick it around. It goes all the way to Hecht. He lays it in. Colton Hecht off the bench gets the bucket.
So right there, something that the Chapmanville Tigers have to avoid is easy buckets for Wayne. Don't let them get turnovers and get in transition, but here's another chance now.
Steal from Staley. Staley 2-on-1. Gets it across. 3 on the way. It's good for Meddings. It's all tied up. Brad Napper wants a 30-second timeout. Darryl McCoy. It's a raucous Wayne crowd right in front of us. 30-second timeout on the floor. This Wayne team has came to play here tonight.
And that was a good job of directing Meddings into the corner that time after the steal, because they knew they had a transition opportunity. They had a chance not just to get two, but a chance to set him up for an open look. And Meddings, I mean, that kid is one of the best shooters in the state, bar none. And you give him that much space, that much time, I don't blame them one bit sending him to the corner to try and get the three right there. And that just really enhances his confidence going forward. He's got 8 points already.
Guys, real quick, we want to thank Smith's Produce, Creekers Diner, Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, Logan Bank and Trust, Aracoma Drug, and Diamond Flagging Company. Chris Kidd, James Barker, Darryl McCoy on the call.
See what Chapmanville does out of the timeout. Quick 5-0 run for Wayne to start this second quarter of play. They lob it into Terry. Shot up, he's fouled, and we'll have our first foul shots of the game as Terry will go to the line for the Tigers.
That's only the second foul call we've had in this game, and Landon Priest has been the recipient of both of them for the Pioneers. But yeah, I think that was the focus of that 30-second from Brad Napper. Let's focus on getting the ball inside. Let's try and pound where we have an advantage here tonight, and Keaton Terry has that advantage. And so he wanted to go back to fundamentals and basics right there, and he was able to get it with that foul.
Yeah, that's one of your better head coaches in all of West Virginia as Terry makes them both from the line. Chapmanville back to a 2-point lead, 16-14. Chapmanville stayed in man-to-man defense this entire game. We kind of expect that for the rest of this contest. Good drive here, shot up. That one's short, rebound Terry underneath.
And Brock may have had something to do with that. He was right in the face of Priest as he tried to release that.
Pull-up jumper, Gollihue from the foul line, rattles out. Staley with the rebound. Wayne with a chance to answer here. Down by 2, 16-14. Chapmanville leads, 6:20 to go here in this first half of play. Heck gives it across. Now to Meddings. Meddings with it near the top of the key. They'll hand it over to Priest. Wayne very deliberate here on this possession, and you're going to get an offensive call there on the Pioneers, Chris.
Well, they're going to get that one on Caden Hayton, setting the screen and moving that time. But I would have liked, if I was Wayne that time, when Terry was on Meddings. Again, Terry's got the length, he's got the size, but Meddings has got a little bit more speed. He could have maybe created a little bit of space to try and create a three opportunity for himself there.
You can see Sean Meddings' game plan is to try to get some matchups. Right now, Chapmanville switching on those screens, but at the same time, if Meddings can get the matchup he likes, you want him to go to work. Adkins with it. See what Wayne does. They were playing a zone, now back to man-to-man. Look inside, Gollihue's pass just errant there as he pats his chest and says, I'm the one to blame on that one.
Yeah, he threw to a spot he thought Terry was going to be at on that set. Terry wasn't able to fight through.
Well, he made up for it right there. Steal from Gollihue to Adkins, back to Joey. He gets the bucket. That's a senior play right there.
And those are the mistakes Wayne can ill afford right here. Gollihue with a tremendous job of jumping the passing lane there, getting a quick steal and an easy two, and now almost with another one.
And Staley, they're going to call it off of Staley out of bounds. And Sean Meddings is livid, and I think he has a reason. Gollihue almost did a rugby tackle there, Chris, and kind of prevented Staley from getting that basketball.
Yeah, that was a tough one right in front of the Wayne fence, especially for Coach Meddings and company. I think that could have easily been called a foul, but the officials have been letting them go here tonight. But I think Coach Meddings' response is that's 3-0 on foul so far.
Gollihue long three for Joey. Front rim and rolls in for Gollihue. Chapmanville's largest lead of the game is at 7, 21-14.
That's 12 for Gollihue now.
Staley with it. Wayne needs a bucket here. Can Staley provide it? He does. Gets a friendly roll.
And he's played a great game thus far. 6 points for him in the contest. He's run the point very well for Wayne. He's settled things down where they needed to, and that was a big bucket for Wayne.
Adkins hands it off to Dalton. Dalton drives in. His shot up. No good. Rebound underneath for the Pioneers. That's Colton Heck with it. Gets it up ahead, but Jay Brock, a huge steal there as he's able to get away with it. Brock drives all the way in, up and under, finger roll. No, they call the charge.
I think if they would have called that a block, the entire Wayne side might have had a riot on their hands. But again, Brock, that was an incredibly athletic steal by him, and he's someone he's really.
Get it back to Wayne, and now we're going to get a timeout from the Pioneers. It's a full timeout. We will do the same. Back with more on the D&D Sports Network right after this.
If you want to work for the nicest fleet of trucks around, call Eric's Trucking. Right now we are hiring for 18 and 10-wheeler drivers. Must have CDLs. Eric's Trucking is a proud supporter of the Mingo Central Miners, Tug Valley Panthers, and all mountain athletes.
Unfortunately, water, mold, or fire damage can happen to you. Restoration One of Southern West Virginia is available 24/7 to help take the stress out of your mess. Our primary goal is to respond and restore your property back to normal as quickly and safely as possible. When disaster strikes, Restoration One is your go-to cleanup crew. Save our number now in case you need us later. Whether the job is big or small, give Restoration One a call. 304-443-4959.
And we're back here in Chapmanville. Chapmanville leads Wayne 21-16, and we see all the stars coming out.
Absolutely.
There's a young folk that most West Virginians are familiar, especially Wayne County fans, Parker Watts. The young man holds numerous offers, Division I offers, maybe the most exciting player in the mountains right there.
Yeah, he's tough to handle on the basketball court for sure. 21-16 here in Chapmanville. WV National Guard, get help with your college tuition from the West Virginia National Guard. For more information, go to nationalguard.com. Staley with it. 5-point lead for Chapmanville. Wayne has hung tough, has led early on in this one, but Chapmanville has kind of weathered the storm and had their largest lead at 7 just a minute ago. Now Wayne trying to clip into that lead. Again, deliberate on offense right now are the Pioneers. Staley drives, head fake. Good move from Staley, just couldn't get the shot to go.
And that was another great set by the Pioneers, and Staley got the shot he wanted. They've got to knock those down in order to make every possession count, especially if they're going to play that deliberately.
3:30 to go here in the first half of play in a fast-moving first half of play. Adkins inside with it, got double teamed. Staley knocks it away. Adkins strong, no good. Rebound hecked underneath.
And it shows his strength right there. Again, Benji just brought the ball down, allowed some of the Wayne defenders to get their hands on it, but a good job by him wrestling it back. He just never quite had his footing in order to get that shot off the way he wanted.
Good defense from Gollihue on Staley. Staley lost his handles. Gollihue able to get it. Staley fights back. Now we're going to get a foul on Dalton. Turned into a Chapmanville Wayne football game there for a split second.
Hey, right now, Joey G's making a difference on the defensive side. That young man's hit the deck numerous times, giving Chapmanville extra possessions.
Yeah, he walked by me before the game and said, last one in the Ville, and you could tell it meant something to him.
Yeah. Pride in Naugatuck, West Virginia.
Yeah.
You know, come over here 2 years ago on a mission and, playing for a chance at Charleston.
Nettings gives it to Staley. Staley, good backdoor pass inside, and that will send Adkins to the line. Wayne's first foul shot attempts of the night as well here with 2:50 to go in the first half.
And again, another nice slow down offensive set. Got the ball Logan, and you're not going to have a whole lot of success going up one-on-one with Keaton Terry on the low block. So Priest did a good job, or Atkins rather did a good job with a head fake, got him in the air, and you see Brad Napper quickly getting him out of the game. He knows that's only one foul on Terry, but he'd love to get him into the second half with just carefree defensive Keaton Terry on that side of the ball, not worrying about foul trouble.
Yeah, that's a great point right there. And Adkins 0 for 2 from the line, so Wayne can't cut into the Chapmanville lead. And now Chapmanville trying to extend their lead. Benji with it, gets it in the corner. Jay Brock with it. Brock drives in, gives it to Colton. Colton back outside, 3 for Brock on the way is good. Big shot there from Jay Brock. His first points of the game for the Tigers, and their largest lead now is at 8.
And they know that he's capable of going off, James, and that's a big bucket for Jay Brock to see go through.
2:15 to go here in the first half. Wayne needs a score here on this possession to try to cut this back to a 2-possession game.
Again, another nice switch on Meddings that time with Brock getting out on him.
Quick trigger there for Meddings. Kind of forced that one up in a hurry. Brock gets the rebound, but it's stolen away by Markham. Markham up and under, couldn't get the spin to go. Rebound Benji Adkins, and now Chapmanville will push it up ahead. Benji gets to half court. Drives in. Kicks it back outside. Gollahue a 3. He got fouled, couldn't get it to go, as that looks like Meddings will pick up the foul. And Gollahue will go to the line to shoot 3, Chris, and that's a tough foul for Meddings, and you can see him hang his head there.
Yeah, he tried to rush out and just try and contest, but he realized he was up against the clock with Gollahue trying to get that shot off. And you do kind of sense now that Isaac Meddings is pressing a little bit on the offensive side. That last 3 put up wasn't a good shot. Now on the defensive end, he picks up this foul against probably the best shooter on Chapmanville's club. So he's got to play within himself in this game if you're Isaac Meddings. He can't start trying to hurry things.
Now, what felt like a close game for a long time, Chapmanville has now jumped it up to an 11-point lead, and they have a chance to really kind of cement themselves before we head into the halftime. 3 on the way. Heck, no good. Rebound backside. Dakota Dalton will get it up ahead. Gives it up ahead. Brock with it. Brock skip pass to Gollahue. Joey dribbles in the lane. Back outside. Jay Brock 3. It's good. 2 daggers against the Wayne Pioneers from Jay Brock in Chapmanville. A huge 14-point lead on this 30-second timeout.
It was a great unselfish play by Joey. Got into the lane, got into the air, was able to draw attention to himself. Brock, some confidence after knocking down that 3 a moment ago, knocks down his 2nd of the game. And, you know, that just happens this fast with this Chapmanville club, James. I mean, you feel like you're in it. You feel like you're going to contest. You feel like you're going to get them to sweat a little bit. And then just boom, 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 3, 3, 3, and all of a sudden this is up to a 14-point lead after Wayne couldn't hit 2 free throws a moment ago.
Real quick, guys, we want to thank Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, Creekers Diner. Also want to thank our good friends at Smith's Produce, Logan Bank and Trust, as well as Eric Homa Drug, located right here in Chapmanville. Creekers Diner, your go-to place for all your fast food needs if you're in Harts Creek.
30-16. Chapmanville leads by 14, their largest of the game. Staley drives in. He's fouled there. Colton Brock got him right on the arm. You can hear that one audibly through your microphone.
As if you had any doubt, that was definitely an easy one for the officials right there. But, you know, Colton Brock, that's the great thing about him coming into the game. He can get you double figures in the score column. He can play great defense, but he doesn't have to play scared when he comes in. I mean, he would be a starting 5 member on most teams in the state, he and Logan Hovanak. But Brock can come in and just play with reckless abandon because he knows that he's got Terry behind him. Even Evan Witt, if they need to go to him, need be. And Benji Atkins there too. So Brock doesn't have to play with any fear when he comes into the game.
Staley goes 2 of 2 from the line. Kind of stymies that Chapmanville run, and it was a massive one. They've got a 12-point lead now after those Jay Brock 3s. Gollahue has it, right wing, 46 seconds to go here in quarter number 2. Dalton drives in. Good look inside. Colton Brock, but the quarterback makes another assist.
Yeah. Don't do him like that, young buck.
And just a great find by Dakota there. Once again, able to suck the defense into him, find the open man. Wayne has no choice but to collapse in these situations because their size disadvantage.
32-18. 20 seconds to go here in the half. Staley drives in, looks, lost it, gets it back outside. That's Priest with it. He'll swing it, but it's stolen away by Gollahue. Gollahue skips it ahead. Brock, another three. That one's well short. Rebound outside. Markham has it. He'll shove it at the horn. It's no good, and that will do it for the first half of play. Chapmanville defensively tightens up in that second quarter, and they'll take a halftime lead of 14 into the break, 32-18. We'll be back with some stats as well as the Diamond Flagging halftime show right after this on the D&D Sports Network.
If you're looking for a friendly and fun atmosphere, come on down to Three Guys Pizza and Brew in Williamson, West Virginia. We're located on the corner of Harvey Street and 3rd Avenue. We got great deals on pizzas, sandwiches, and more. You get great service with great pricing. Enjoy your birthday or ball games with us here at Three Guys Pizza and Brew. Look forward to seeing you.
Come on down to Moore Chrysler, 1523 West Avenue here in Williamson, West Virginia, where we've got great deals going on right now on all of our new and pre-owned inventory. Guys, we got rates as low as 0% on 36 months on select units, as well as up to $8,000 off in rebates. Compasses, Grand Cherokees, 2nd and 3rd row. We also have the Wagoneers. We have Rams 2500s, 1500s. We've got a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles. Come on down, check us out here at Moore Chrysler. Well, we're not here to sell you a car. We're here to help you buy one.
Halftime score here at Danny Godby Gymnasium at Chapmanville 32, Wayne 18. James Barker, Darryl McCoy, Chris Kidd on the call for you here on the D&D Sports Network. And Chris, it was a Wayne recipe for an upset there in the first quarter, but Chapmanville a really strong second quarter, scoring 18 points in that second quarter of play. And they've been led by their senior, Joey Gollahue.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so heart-wrenching if you're Wayne because they came out with a good game plan. They were executing a good game plan, and then it just falls apart so fast. I mean, it was 21-16, and then Jay Brock 3, Joey Gollahue 3 free throws, three-pointer Jay Brock, and all of a sudden you find yourself down by double digits and you're pressing yourself more than you're pressing the opponent at that point in time. And, you know, it's a good Wayne club, but this is just a Chapmanville team with so many different weapons, so many ways to hurt you at every single position. There's no one you can say, hey, we can just lax off of them, because Benji Atkins go for 20, Pete Darryl go for 20, Joey Gollahue will go for 20. I mean, there's nobody on this roster in the starting five that can't hurt you, and even in their first 2 or 3 people off the bench, those are offensive scorers as well. So it's just such a big ask to try and slow down this Chapmanville club if you don't have more than 1 or 2 options.
When you look at the Wayne Pioneers, again, they started off with a great game plan there in the first quarter. Isaac Meddings hitting shots from the inside and the outside for Wayne, but Chapmanville really did a good job in that second quarter clamping Meddings down. And here he is again, not in huge foul trouble, but a little bit of foul trouble heading back into this second half of play.
And that's something that they can't really afford to worry about right now if they're Wayne. I mean, it doesn't matter if Meddings got 1, 2, 4, or 7 fouls right now. He's just going to have to deal with it, and so is everybody else in this Wayne roster. And, you know, if they don't come out here early in this third quarter and make a dent in this league, Chapmanville can just continue to escalate things. This is going to be like a snowball rolling down a hill really quick. Chapmanville can blow this game open just like they did the first one and have a cakewalk into the state championship, or state tournament rather, unless Wayne starts to find something offensively that they can rely on other than Isaac Meddings right now.
Guys, as you sit here, a lot of big news, a lot of big people in the house. As you see, we talked about Parker Watts a while ago. Don't forget, he come one hair being a Wayne Pioneers, transferred there, didn't get eligible, went through to Kentucky to Martin County. But speaking of transfers, maybe the biggest news in the state of West Virginia today, the Chapmanville Tigers laying Trey Ward, who is maybe the most dynamic weapon in the Mountaineer State, not only on the edges on offense, but also a big piece of the special teams unit. I know as a football coach, you got to be excited, Coach Barker.
Everything. I guess it's official, so you're pretty excited when you hear a name like Trey Ward coming to your school. He's one of the better free safeties we played against last year, one of the better receivers that we played against last year, and a very dynamic returner as well. It's like a kid at Christmas. You get a Christmas stocking. You don't know what's in it yet, but you've heard really good things about this Santa Claus guy. So we've heard really good things about this Trey Ward guy. Kind of excited to see what we got.
Well, I watched him numerous times this year, and I can tell you got a treat. And him with young Dakota Dalton, that's going to be a nice matchup. But, as you sit here, also want to congratulate in the house the Wayne Lady Pioneers, who will be playing in the semifinals. As you see that great group of young ladies in the house. Just all around, all the big names. Logan Wildcats, they're over here watching the game. They punched their tickets last night. It's that time of year where everybody's excited. Nothing beats March Madness.
Yeah, the Wayne girls battled back, and really Kaiser had them pinned against the wall, so to speak, late in the fourth quarter, but they were able to battle back and knock Kaiser off there. And I know Coach Williamson's probably really relieved to get that one over with and on to the semifinal round.
Yeah, that was definitely one of those games that you just felt like, wow, all the momentum's for Kaiser right now. They're going to pull off this upset, and Wayne just showed their toughness. They just showed how difficult they are being in the state tournament so many years, having that experience, having that senior leadership. So that was a big win for them, and you love seeing the Wayne community, as much as the Chapmanville community, out here supporting everybody. It's a great crowd both sides here tonight.
Girls Sweet 16's going on in Kentucky right now. The boys getting close to that level. That's one of the best events in all of America for sports.
It's hands down, it's the mecca of high school basketball. There's only one of them, and that's why it is the Sweet 16. They only got one state champion, one true state champion. All classes play for one title, and it's held at one of the most historic venues in America in Rupp Arena. So I highly suggest anybody go out, especially we know a lot of Wayne fans are watching. Listen, they're right across the river from Lawrence County. Go down, support the Lawrence County Bulldogs as they try to make their run. Then a team that has been very familiar with Chapmanville over the last few years, Ashland, punched their ticket, so they'll be playing in the Sweet 16 as well. But, guys, as we continue the Logan Bank and Trust halftime show here with Chris Kidd, Coach James Barker, Darryl McCoy, we want to take a second to thank Logan Bank and Trust, Diamond Flagging Company, Smith Produce, Creekers Diner, Rebound Physical Therapy and Supports Performance, Eric Homa Drug, Missy Birchfield at State Farm, and our good friends at McCoy Dental. Guys, 32-18 Tigers on top coming out in the second half.
Yeah, they'll have the basketball, too, to start this second half of play. As we're about ready to get things started, can Wayne make adjustments and find a way to climb back into this contest? We will see. 16 minutes away from a team punching their ticket to Charleston. Chapmanville leads by 14. Gollahue with it, gets it inside. Keaton Terry, the finish, but they're going to call a travel first.
Actually, they got a jump ball.
Oh, did they call that jump ball?
So that gives it back to Wayne. And that was a key opening defensive possession for Wayne. Again, these first 3 minutes are going to be huge for them, and if they're going to stay in this game or not.
And I think you'll see that man touch it quite often in that first 3 minutes, Chris. That's Meddings. Staley has it right now. Meddings again guarded by one of the premier defenders for Chapmanville. That's the freshman Jay Brock, who just has locked down just about anybody he's faced this season. Staley with it. Patient is Wayne on this offensive end. They give it up. Priest drives it back to Staley. Staley head fakes in the paint and throws it away.
And again, if you just kind of watch and isolate Meddings on your screen. You can watch what Chapmanville's doing to him. Every time he tries to move to a different spot, somebody else is there. Somebody else is there. They're not letting him get even a slither of daylight to try and get anything off. And you can see it's really starting to take a toll on him physically in this game, too.
Gollihue has it. Floater in the lane. Joey Gollihue able to get it to go. Chapmanville's lead up to 16 now. Wayne reaching that danger point with about 17 minutes to go. They're going to need to get hot from the outside. Staley has it, lost it, will stay with the Pioneers.
Gollihue with 17 points now in this game to lead all scorers. Only 3 Pioneers have scored thus far. Meddings and Staley had 8. Heck had 2, so somebody else is going to have to try and get the pressure off of Meddings and try and get going here in the second half other than Staley and Meddings.
And Staley has it. Dribble is outside. Now he'll give it off to Meddings. They hedge him outside, and you can just tell they're just taking him off his shot. Gollihue the block. They're going to call a bump on Gollihue there, and that will send Meddings to the line to shoot too. The Wayne crowd gives a little bit of a Bronx cheer.
Well, Chapmanville has made a living hell on Isaac Meddings tonight. As you sit there and look everywhere he goes, he's having to work for everything he gets. And for Wayne, this team goes as he goes. Even if he ain't missing shots, his energy, him being able to create is what gets his team up tempo and going right now. Chapmanville's kept him at bay.
And Wayne's 2 of 5, now 3 of 6 from the line. But they can't afford to split. They can't afford much of any mistake.
Staley, big steal. Can Wayne capitalize? Gives it over to Meddings. Meddings back outside. Staley swings it across to Markham. He'll shoot a long 3. It's good for Peyton Markham. We said in the pregame, he's got to be the guy that makes a difference. That's a big shot there.
And he shot that from a good 7-8 feet behind the line. His first bucket of the game. Could he be the guy that maybe gives some offensive relief for Meddings and company?
Triple teamed is Terry, but he's able to get the bucket to go. Chapmanville answers quickly.
And Terry hasn't had a big offensive voice in this game, but that's 6 for him. They know he's there whenever they need him.
Meddings has it, guarded by Adkins. Now he'll go to work on Benji. Step back jumper, good for Meddings. So he's able to get it to go. He heated up last time in the second half. Can he find that stroke again? This time with only a 12-point lead rather than maybe a 24 that we saw in the regular season. Dalton has it. Gets it inside Adkins. Benji with it. Skip pass back up top. Gollihue head fakes. He'll drive in, and you're going to get a foul on the floor. They call that one on Meddings, and Chris, I believe, is that 2 on Meddings or 3?
I believe it's 2.
Okay.
Yeah, they just flash it's 2 on the board.
So just 2 on Meddings. Makes it a little bit more easier to swallow. 3 on the way. Brock no good. Rebound Priest. Gets it tipped out. He throws it up ahead. Meddings 3 on the way is good. It's a huge shot for Meddings. Back to a single-digit lead. Dalton drives in. He is fouled, and they'll send Dalton to the line to shoot 2. Wayne fans not happy about that, but believe that was the right call.
And it was a good job attacking quickly there by Chapmanville, not just trying to work the ball up, but get it up quick and try and see if they can catch Wayne napping. But Wayne did a good thing there, too, once they got the rebound. Meddings is starting to leak out, trying to find little openings wherever he can, because if he catches it with some space, he's going to fire right now.
Dalton misses the first. We'll see Hovanek check in for Brock. Chapmanville's lead was at 17 one point in this quarter, Chris, and that's now down to 9. Dalton trying to make it back to a double-digit lead with this foul shot attempt and cannot do it. Rebound underneath. Meddings has it. And they're going to extend way out on him, even now trapping. And Markham has it, guarded by Hovanek. Gives it in the corner there to Heck. Now Markham will go to work. Lost it. Oh, they're going to call the foul on Hovanek.
And Hovanek not contesting it at all. after the whistle, but this does open up some driving lanes now for Wayne if Chapmanville's going to extend that far. I mean, Brad Napper feels like they need to right now because of what Markham's been able to do in Meddings so far. But now if you're Wayne, if you can win one-on-one battles, you might be able to get into the lane for some easy buckets or easy dish-offs.
Skip pass over to Meddings. Meddings back outside to Heck. 4:22 to go here in the third quarter. Heck drives, Euro step lay-in is good.
Euro step indeed as he got to the rim. A good 3 steps, but now this Pioneer club, they've crawled within 7. You can hear their fans back into it, James.
36-29 the score. 7-point lead for Chapmanville. Dalton throws it to Gollihue, and Gollihue doesn't look.
Yeah.
And now Chapmanville trying to find some momentum, Chris.
And again, it's been an 11-4 run out of the gate here in this third quarter. And Wayne has gotten themselves back into this, and you can see Chapmanville now a little uncertain. This is where, if you're Coach Meddings, you wanted to be in this game, an opportunity to rattle Chapmanville's cage, have some momentum in the second half, and right now they've got that.
Chapmanville out pressuring now. Meddings has it, guarded by Brock as he's checked back in.
And guys, for you guys following along at home, it is the third quarter.
And there's a foul called on, I believe, Keaton Terry. That'll be his second. It's 2 shots for Meddings, and right now the wheels are at least wobbling. Meddings makes the first. 36-30. Sean Meddings right there on your screen here on the D&D Sports Network. What a halftime adjustment that young coach has made. Meddings makes the second. 5-point lead now for the Tigers. Again, it was once a 17-point lead. Meddings clamoring for the Wayne Pioneer faithful to get loud. They are right now. Gollihue with it. Chapmanville needs a good possession. Guess who you ask? Your senior, Joey Gollihue with the bucket. Kind of silences that Wayne crowd for a second.
And you go to who you most rely on in moments like this. 19 points now for the senior, really putting this team on his back.
Meddings gets a screen, gets Terry. Good switch if you're Meddings, and he gives it away. Heck with it. He'll drive in. Good take. No foul called there. The Wayne faithful wanted one, but Chapmanville back the other way with it. Dalton hesitates in the lane. Jumper off the glass and good for Dakota Dalton.
And mark that sequence down right there, James. Big 4-point swing. Heck made the mistake. He went to his right hand instead of finishing with his left hand right there, and it threw off the attempt whenever he was going against his body.
It's a full timeout on the floor. We will take one as well. Back with more on the D&D Sports Network right after this.
If you got a big job to get done, don't just trust any flagging service. Call Diamond Flagging Service. Diamond Flagging Service keeps your community safe while also making sure it stays moving. Give Diamond Flagging Service a call today for their services. They also offer amazing job opportunities. Diamond Flagging Services, proud supporter of the Mountain Athletes.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals, wellness exams, adult and child, walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 or reach us Monday through Friday.
Greatness is built with chocolate milk, the official beverage of the WVSSAC. The American Dairy Association's Mideast reminds you that low-fat chocolate milk has the right mix of fluids, carbs, and proteins